Sister Shila, welcome, my sis. I'm so glad that you managed to make it home so that you can, from work, so that we can get hear a little bit from you.
Yes, I was not meaning it. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. I give thanks to be here. It has been a battle to get here, but I decided I am coming.
Yeah.
And just to go straight into this topic, I, first of all, rise up all the panelists, rise up the viewers and listeners. We give thanks for committing this time and energy to be here. 15 years ago, I decided to run in the race that is not for our people. And this was by way of applying for a scholarship to come and study in the UK. And they were only giving 2 scholarships for the whole of Africa. Whole of Africa, 2 scholarships. And it was a battle. You had to fight for this scholarship. And fighting, we fought. And I was one of the 2. So for the 2, there were 2 people of each being brought to the UK to fight it out here. So they would bring 4 people in the UK, 2 for each scholarship to fight it out. So I was among the 2 that came to fight it out here. So I was fighting with another African for this scholarship. And I fought and I lost. Anyway, I was still determined to go to university in the UK. I could not be deterred from that. I had to be in that race. So I entered the UK university only to find that there was so much money in the university for their home students that they were begging people to come and take the money. Whereas they had only given 2 to Africa, but there was so much money here. Everyone was running to sponsor the home student, that is the UK student. Was the problem? There was no problem of money. 15 years later, to last week, I work somewhere with minors, and occasionally they have competitions. So there were 19 children, many of them from ethnic minorities, as they call them. And they were competing for this one place, 19 children competing to this one place to go and win something. I don't want to speak about what it is they're winning because of confidentiality clauses and all that. However, I am of the knowledge that the organization has the money to support all the 19. But however, they are putting this aspect that there is only one place and they have to compete for this one place. So I did speak to the bosses and I said, I myself am seeing so many that can qualify for this, and it will be very unfair to pick only one when I can pick almost 9 or 10 that are at the same level. And they said the aspect of competition cannot allow to pick more than one. So because of competition, they only have to pick one. So this has created such antagonism amongst them because they are fighting for this one place. And I am going to play this show to them with the words of Brother Jambas and words of Brother Gabe, who is saying, cut out of the race, step out of it. It's not your competition, step out of it. And this now brings me to the institutional racism that is everywhere, especially in the workplace, but it's literally everywhere. The system is not geared to promote everyone, to support everyone. It's a competition. And it is the one that can step on the others the most that gets to go to the top. Now, for people like us Africans who come from an abundance mindset, whereby we know there is enough for everyone, it becomes very difficult to stitch up your brother to get there. You know, it becomes very difficult to actually get involved in these shenanigans so that you're at the top when you know there is room for all of us. You know, the Ubuntu, that's the African way. There is room for all of us. Yes. So when you're telling us that, oh, there is money, there is space, there's energy for everyone, but you're only going to take one, that is scarcity mindset. Scarcity mindset is not an African mindset. Mm-hmm. We were people whereby nature provided abundantly for us. We were not in the caves whereby we had to eat each other to survive, whereby we had to scrape for things from ice to survive. No, we are not people like that. We are people that had enough. We are people that when people are passing by the road going somewhere, we said, come, the fruit trees are yielding. Take as much fruit as you want. Go. And if visitors came, You give them food and say, take this away, eat, finish. And when you finish, take it to the people that didn't come, the one that remained at home. So these concepts whereby we have to fight for that space, for that one space, when we know there is enough to accommodate all of us, it is very disharmonious to our system. It's disagreeable with us, and it causes imbalance within us. And what it also does, it makes us attack each other. And it's easier for us to attack a fellow African than attack the other person. So you find even in the workplace, we are stitching each other up so that, we rise up, because we've been told there's only one person that can be fronted to go forward. And then still in this institutional racism, in the UKK, there is something called the Diversity and Inclusion Form. It's a form that when you're applying for a job, you're told that this form, the interviewers are not going to see it. So in that form, you're required to write what ethnic background you come from, but you're told that it will be put away from the interviewers. However, when you're tendering in your application, job application, you're sending with that form to one place. So you want to tell me that one place, they will find time to sieve out and say, let this go and this not go? Having said that, our names reveal where we're coming from. Having said that, our qualifications as well, for many of us that have come here as immigrants, when we write where we grew up, where we were born, the nationalities we are holding, the universities we went to back home. And it's very clear that in that form, in the application form itself, your CV gives you away. And by virtue that this documentation is part of the application, it just shows you the institutional racism that is there. And then many workplaces, again, have a percentage of people. They say that they want the workplace to reflect the people out there. So like you find in the UK, there is only 4% Black people. So that means in any workplace, they want only 4% Black people, because they say they want it to reflect the society out there. So they would say they want only 4% Black people. And then you find all those 4% Black people would be at the entry level in the job. They would have satisfied that 4%. They don't have to be at the top of the management. So you find when there is the Black person, for them to go up to the top of the management, this scarcity mindset comes where they say, we can only take one, we cannot take very many of them. So if you look at the way the system is designed, it is designed with us to fail. It is designed with the Black person not to thrive. So for that reason, rather for you to keep fighting to stay in a place where you are not wanted, we should normalize leaving places whereby we are not wanted. We should normalize turning our backs and going away from places we are not wanted. Because there is no need to fight so hard to be in a place you are not wanted. Because after fighting, it's like fighting so hard for a wedding. And then after the wedding, there's the marriage you have now to live with. So you'll fight so much to get to this place you're not wanted. And you then get in there, but then you have to live there. Then what happens next? It just becomes like you're pushing a donkey uphill. So I echo the words of my brothers and sisters that are saying that we have to normalize leaving these places. They were not designed for us to thrive, and we are not going to thrive when we live in such places. I give thanks.
We give thanks to you, Sister Shila. Thank you so much, for making it in so that you could contribute to the discussion today. As always, words of wisdom and a lot of food for thought. Sister Afrojama in the chat was asking me to write up what I was talking about the race. In fact, I've got a little jingle about it. And let me play that now, and hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Panel members, please bear with us. Let's see if we can hear.
Some of us, we're quick to use our skills and talents for those outside of our race. This is why I just want to rise up those who are using their skills and talents for our race and our people, because we are in a situation where we're running races. Each race are in their own lane running their race. They're running their race for their political development. They're running their race for their economic empowerment. And they're running their race to make sure that they are the superpower, or they're the ones with the power that are making the decisions. So each race is in their lane. If you look at it athletically style, we're on that relay track. We got African race in one lane, we got the Europeans in another lane, we got the Asians in another lane, the Chinese are even in their own separate lane. Everybody's running their race in their lane. They're developing themselves economically. They're developing their country. They're protecting their land. They're protecting their resources. They're developing themselves, their security forces, militarily, economically, politically, culturally, spiritually, each in their respective lane, developing their nation for generations to come. But because of the destruction that we have experienced, we don't realize, some of us, that as a race we are racing against other races. And so some of we did in the other race lane them are developed for them lane. We are developed them politically, we are developed them culturally, we're giving them all of our skills and talents, our creativities and our investments. We're financing their initiatives, their projects and their programs. And then well done now when you look to the African lane, very little are going there, so, and we wonder why. People are point and say, look on the African lane, not now go on there. So that's because it's in the wrong lane. You're in the Chinese lane, I build up the Chinese lane. You're in the European lane, I build up the European lane. You build up the European family, you create family with the Europeans instead of your own people. So enough mix up a one. Time we realize that other races are racing against us and they're exploiting us for their own financial, economic and political gain. And we need to fix up and we need to focus on our lane and be doing what we can to develop our lane. We need to fix up and we need to focus on our lane and be doing what we can to develop our lane. And be doing what we can to develop our lane.
Rise up, family. We do what we. That just came out one day when I was just on the radio, and so I just took that snippet from that there. But I'd like to leave you with that. We need to be doing what we can to develop our lane.